See shadow, it's all I know. Tell me now, where did you go? I lost the light, losing your eyes. How come you don't let it shine? I see shadow, it's all I know. Tell me now, where did you go? You go.
Hello Pisces, welcome to your mid-May reading. I am Princess India. If you are new, if you are family, welcome back my friends. Pisces, I don't know how you got so far down on my list, but I'm not mad at you because you're my babe. You know what I'm saying? You're my babe, so I'm not mad. I understand, you know. Love your face. But we're going to jump right into your cards. We're going to be looking at you guys as well as a person of interest and what is going on with you guys from the middle of May into June. So I'm not going to waste too much of your time. We're just going to jump right in. So I'm going to ask Spirit to give us clear indirect guidance for my Pisceans as well as their cross watchers. Please, Spirit, from now to the end of May going into June, anything they need to know, Spirit, anything of utmost importance, I ask that come to the forefront in this here reading, and to give me the ability to interpret these messages in a clear and concise manner. Please, Spirit, and as always, a thank you in advance, Spirit, because I know you're good for a dang nabbit son of a gun, I said. You feel me? All right, let's hop right in. Energy between Pisces and a person of interest. Card number 1. Ooh, we have the Emperor in reverse. Bottom of the deck, we have the Two of Cups. Interesting. All right. Feel like I need to pull another card on that. Is the Emperor a megalomaniac? Is it a person that's narcissistic and controlling? Or is it just that you guys don't have a sturdy foundation for this emotional connection? Options. Or have you just lost control because you feel an emotional connection? I don't know. Can we clarify the Emperor, please? Interesting. Any day now. That would be nice. Oh, that's too many cards, boo. Ace of Swords in reverse. Interesting. Someone, an Emperor in the reversed, is not telling the truth in reference to a connection. Somebody lying. Oh, that's interesting. So we're going to go over into Pisces cards. That's a weird energy that I'm feeling. I don't like that, y'all. I don't know why it's like I'm not. Oh, goodness. We have the Death card. Oh, my God. All right, so okay, all those cards, I'm just gonna take them because they fell out. Okay, next card we have the Four of Pentacles. That's why death is coming, because you're refusing to move, refusing to let go. So death is coming to come beat the dust off you. You know, next card. We have the Eight of Swords in reverse. And we have the Hanged Man. Then we have the Five of Pentacles. And then we have the Magician in the reverse. Oh, wow, that's serious. Okay. So Pisces, this is something where... All right. Almost as if this is a person, not a very good one, that you're in a connection with that isn't being 100% honest in reference to this connection. Now, this says to me that you know this, like you're aware of this. So this is kind of like if you were married to someone or like living with someone and they're like, you know intuitively, or may have even had people come tell you, or just had a gut feeling that this person was seeing someone else, but it's like refusing to believe it. And it's like, I'm feeling it almost as if there's like a ton of signs that are telling you this, but still refusing to believe it. Right? And it's more or less holding on to something to the death of you, which is why death is coming to clear the way. Because it's like when you start to stagnate like that, it's like when things stagnate, it's almost as if the energy calls in death. Because if you look at the black around him, it's like a person who's out of flow and has been out of flow for so long that you're starting to resemble the dead. And when you start to resemble the dead, death comes, right? Because there must be death here. If it's looking like it, it's pretty stiff like death, right? But more or less, I feel that's a good thing, because it's going to make everything very clear to you. Because I feel this is a self-imposed mental prison. It's almost as if not wanting to see the truth, right? And it's almost as if with this Five of Pentacles and seeing that next to the Magician, it's almost like leaving yourself out in the cold a very, very long time ago. It's almost as if this is a situation that's so stagnated. And I mean, it doesn't necessarily have to be with a person. It could be for a job. You know what I'm saying? It's being stagnated like this. Like you've known for a very long time that this wasn't in your highest good. And it's being in denial of it and refusing to see the truth about that. You know? But it's almost like death and the hangman are in cahoots. Right? To give you enlightenment, for you to see that it's like death coming through isn't what's leaving you out in the cold. You've been out in the cold for a very long time. You've disempowered yourself for a very long time. So it's not a situation to where you're imprisoned. It's like the Magician who willingly just said, I'm not really a magician. I don't have any tools and I have no power and control in this situation, and I'm just bowing out. And that stagnated, yo. That's too many cards that came out. And that stagnated, yo. But it's like a very oppressive energy, though. Or like connecting with someone that you know ain't right. You know what I'm saying? And this is making me think about the Scorpio read too. And this Emperor person may be an Aries. Because I'm seeing the Magician and the Emperor. Or it might be a Scorpio person that's helping you out. But there needs to be a transformation here, though, because it's holding on to something that no longer serves you. And even because I'm seeing a lot of different stuff here, this could even be a mindset. You know what I'm saying? The Emperor reverse could simply just be a mindset and lying to yourself in reference to a connection based on like a defensive mindset that keeps you disempowered, keeps you emotionally bankrupt. But whatever the case may be, whether it's a connection with another person or this is just you, it's like this transformation has to happen. But it's like, I feel like this is going to be like a major wake-up call. And I feel all of this energy is about the person. It's like, even if you are in connection with another person, it's and I joke with this, I say this to my friends jokingly, and it always creeps them out because, you know, I'm dramatic. But anyway, I call situations like this when you meet your maker, right? This is like when spirit meets you right where you are. And it's like you have no choice but to look at the life that you've created. You know what I'm saying? It's not one of those times where it's like, oh, what was me? Like, oh, this person did this to me. It's like, nah. Yeah, those people did that. But look at what you did in response to it, though. Look at how you shut yourself down. Look at how you stopped listening to your intuition. Look at how you closed off your heart. Right? So it's more or less looking at life from a perception of feeling at the will of it, feeling as if you were a victim, that all of these people took advantage, right? All of these people left you out in the cold. It's so unfair. But with the Hanged Man, this is like, it's almost like a Mr. Scrooge moment, right? Where like, what was it? The Christmas Story. I don't know why I want to say The Nightmare Before Christmas. That's definitely not Mr. Scrooge. But it's like, you know, you have the ghosts that visit from Christmas past and blah, 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 blah. It's kind of a situation like that, where with the Hanged Man, it's like you're getting this rude awakening by you had this idea of why. Like, this is why I don't trust people. This is why, you know, I don't let people into my life. This is the reason why I'm closed off. This is the reason why, you know, I only focus on work and blah, blah, blah. And you being very set in your mindset of why you are the way that you are, because all of these people have done all of these things and blah, 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 blah. But it's like with this, you know, baby dark night of the soul type of deal, it's when you're hung up like the Hanged Man and you get to look at your entire life, but you're seeing it from a different perspective. So instead of that subjective view, you now have the objective observer view. And you see the roles everyone played and everything. And for the first time, you see the other side of the story and like how other people felt or how things panned out. And it's not a self-blame thing, because see, when it comes to a true awakening and enlightenment, there is no one to blame. That's the higher mindset. It's understanding how all things are working together. And the only people who make things good or bad, the only people who make villains and victims are us, because it's all based on the judgments that we're making about our experience. Because at the end of the day, what's happening merely is just simply happening. We get to have the power to make the decision about whether it's good or bad, or if it's in my favor or if it's not. You know what I mean? It's all a matter of perception. But I feel that whatever this is that's happening, like I said, whether it's a person or a mindset, it's now seeing the truth about it. Right? It's now seeing the truth about it. But I also see, like I said, it can be with a person or it could just be with yourself. Because with the Two of Cups, of course, that can just be about harmony and union within the self. But truth be told, you will not have harmony and union with other people until you have it within yourself. So this is like a little mini enlightenment, baby dark night of the soul, you know, awakening that you guys are going through. But the whole thing is it's going to show you how, granted, it's not diminishing anything that you've ever been through in your life, but it's showing you how you disempowered yourself. And I can tell you something, pulling a page out of my own life. It's like I had a realization, and this is like a couple of months ago. And it's kind of like how when you know something and you thought you knew it, but then you really know it and you're like, dang, I thought I really knew about that. And for me, it was like about emotional abandonment, right? I came to the realization of, like, in this, you know, emotionally bankrupt card, right? That, oh, you know, I was emotionally abandoned when I was younger, when I was a child, you know, no one ever cared. And then it's like, oh, but why do people emotionally abandon me, like, now? And the thing that I realized is my outer world is a reflection of my inner world. And I finally made that connection of, it's not the fact that this is a rehearsal of past tense. The reason why this keeps happening is because I attract what I am, right? So it's not like I'm being victimized and pointed out and all of the people who are emotionally unavailable are like, oh, let's go to her, you know? Nah, it's because there was something in me that draw people like that, right? The realization that I had was, despite reconciling with everyone outside of the self, the realization was the fact that I had not reconciled within the self. That's why I always stress how important self-forgiveness is, right? Because the thing is, it's not just about the original childhood wound. It's about how we perpetuate it. So we can do a whole shit ton of healing work. And eventually, we all come to the realization that in all the forgiving that we did of other people, we didn't forgive the self. So for me, it was that not only had I been emotionally abandoned, but I continued to perpetuate that pain by emotionally abandoning myself. What does that mean? Not honoring my feelings, not acknowledging my feelings, being like, oh, I'm good. No, they just totally just hurt my feelings, but I'm good, right? So not giving myself the opportunity to be nurtured by myself, right? So that's kind of the same energy that I'm seeing here. It's doing to oneself what was once done to them. But even if that doesn't make sense right now, it's going to make sense very soon. I don't even know why I just said that because I'm talking to Pisces. What am I talking about? What am I talking about? Of course, Pisces knew this already. You guys know everything. That's probably why your views are so low. It's like, oh, I already know what she's going to say. She's going to say this. And you watch the first couple of seconds and we're like, yep, she's saying exactly what I thought. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, that's really what it is. So y'all are about to have a big epiphany. It's for the best, but like I said, it doesn't matter whether this involves a person or not, because I can see both ways how this can be an external figure, but I can also see how the Emperor reverse could be like your inner critic in so many ways. It's a whole lot of that going on. So you guys probably gonna have a big, huge release for the Scorpio full moon. We have the Nine of Wands in reverse on the side of your person of interest, them coming out of defensiveness. That's interesting. Let's see what else we got going on here. I'm looking at the time, y'all. Whoa. Coming out of defensiveness, moving away from troubled waters. Okay, that's good. But I always say with the Six of Swords, that's interesting. Wherever you go, there you are. And even though it may be moving away from externally troubling circumstances, it's the fact that those same thoughts are coming with you. Next, we have the Two of Wands in the reverse. And then we have the Knight of Pentacles. Oh, interesting. This was reminding me of the energy that I just had for, who was that? Was that Sag? Y'all dealing with a Sag? So this is a delay. It's a person who's being extremely defensive, but it's more or less this defense. Oh, good Lord, in America, we have the Four of Wands. Oh my God. Okay, well, this is very interesting. This reminds me very much like the energy in the Sag reading. So it's like with this person, it's them being extremely defensive before, but they're moving away from that. But like I always say, it's just, you got to be cognizant of this, of thoughts. But because I'm seeing this next to the Nine of Wands in the reverse, it's good. Because I'm seeing the fact that it's leaving behind conflict and it's like wanting to come into a place of like rest and peace and, understanding as opposed to conflict, right? Now, with the Two of Wands in reverse, I feel like this person was heavily in contemplative mode. They weren't making any moves forward, because they weren't really sure what they wanted to do. Now they're very, very clear with this Knight of Pentacles. So I feel like the person's going to be coming towards you to make an offer. And it's a pretty dope offer because we got the Four of Wands, you know what I'm saying? So with your person, I would more or less say, because seeing how this is, looking at the Emperor reverse, because I'm not seeing anything over here with them that kind of puts them in the category of douchebag. I would say this is more perception. Although for on the Pisces side or the cross watcher, I do feel like the work that y'all are going through is heavier in intensity with spiritual lessons. Just for the simple fact, y'all got 3 major arcanas. Well, really 4, including the overall energy, which is good. Because it's like y'all are dealing with foundational stuff. Because that's 2 4s here. Y'all are dealing with this is like foundational transformation type of stuff. So this is like breaking up the way that you guys, like the, I guess like you would say, like the program you guys have been running on for a very long time and is re-empowering you. With your person, I don't see them doing heavy work. I think for them it's more heady kind of stuff. You know what I mean? Like, you know, just defensiveness and denial. Like denial in the sense of like self-denial. You know what I mean? But I feel that they were reluctant to come towards you, but I feel like now they are. They're coming towards you with an offer, and it's a pretty good one. It's a harmonious offer. A lot of people say this is the marriage card. I don't want to see a lot more than, you know, just the Four of Wands, but I mean, it's wanting to start a foundation. Seeing this with like, it's going to be a pretty serious commitment. You know what I'm saying? Because you guys have an emotional connection. And I think it might be Pisces getting clear about this connection, because y'all might have been lying to yourselves in reference to that, because you don't want to let people in your hearts and things. Pisces, it's really going on with that. Anyway, moving right along. But with this person, like, because the thing I like about the Knight of Pentacles is the fact that it's a slow coming offer, but when it does come, it's like it's actually going to be something tangible, you know? But it's like it's beginner stages. So there is an emotional connection here. But with the Knight of Wands and the Four of Wands, it's something that is like built up over time. You know what I'm saying? But it's built up over time, but it's going to be long standing, if that makes sense. Like, this is no BS, you know? But I don't want to go as far as saying that, you know, y'all going to get married and all that stuff. You know, it's just an end of month reading. We don't know all of those things. But anyway, let's go ahead and toss out the dice of resonance and whatnot or whatever. But I'm going to look more into this person on Vimeo in the Lurkers Lounge. But I mean, so far, so good. Even if you don't follow me over there, this is, I mean, I think it's good. I think they had a little bit of reluctance because, like I say, you know, people can pick up on our vibe, and I think this person kind of felt your closed offness, and it might have kind of, you know, pushed them back, like, oh, you know, maybe they're not really about this life. You know what I'm saying? But I look at this as like a, I don't know. It's almost like the way that a person was coming off is why this person came off this way. But whatever the case may be, whatever this little spat break, whatever it is you guys are going through right now, I feel like the person is still coming towards you. But them coming towards you, they don't want to go back to the way that things were. And seeing the Death card here on Pisces at the Crosswatcher side, even if you wanted to, it couldn't. You know what I mean? It couldn't go back to the way that things were, you know, because of this transformation that's happening. I hope that makes sense. So I'm going to toss the dice of resonance. Whoa, what is going on with my dice of resonance? Friend came out. So awkward. My dice have never just jumped out like that. They've been doing that a lot lately. And then no comes out. Oh my goodness. I cannot even deal. Oh, if you want to ask a yes or no question, go ahead and do that now. I'm so sorry, I forgot. Ugh. I'm discombobulated, y'all. Okay, we have Cancer. We have Scorpio. I said Scorpio. We have question mark, which means Cancer or Scorpio could be in their sun, moon, rising, Venus, Jupiter, whatever. No is the answer to your question, and we have the X. So Cancer, Scorpio, the X, they could be their sun, moon, rising, Venus, Jupiter, midheaven, whatever. And the answer to your question is no. So that has been your reading, Pisces. I hope that helped. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I lectured you a little bit, but you know what? It's always in love. I love your freaking face. But if you're about that life, meet me over there in the Lurkers Lounge. If not, I ain't tripping. I still love your freaking face. And I will see you guys sooner than later. Deuces. Why love superficially?